Hey everyone, Matt Smith from Dad's Garage. Here to talk with you today about the BMW R1150GS auxiliary light installation. So it's difficult, if not impossible, to find any kind of kits for these bikes nowadays. So you kind of have to make your own. And I went through the process step by step here. I wanted to share with you to help others who enjoy this bike. So we're going to start out with talking about electrical, and then we will go into the steps it takes to mount them, mount the actual lights. So for this project, I have decided to use a relay that's tapped into my headlights. That way, when I turn the bike off, the auxiliary lights go off. When I turn the key on, the lights come on. One of my other bikes that I have, I didn't do that. I just ran through a switch and just constantly left the lights on. So this time I'm going to step it up a little bit and do the right thing. So I'm going to share a picture with you also of the wiring harness that I made. It's actually something that I sat down on a chair with my workbench and made. And this is the end result, what it looks like. So I've got a coaxial wire right here that I've cut so that one side's shorter than the other, so there's no folds in it. Loops down through here, zip ties back in here, and then I've got a fusible link right here that's easy to get to. So everything joins right in here, and then right down under here, I've got the relay, and all of the wires come up into the relay. And then as just to tidy things up, I used a fabric type covering. And then back in here, you see I've got a posi tap that taps into the yellow and gray wire that goes to your headlight. So it's that headlight socket right there. You simply have access to the wire right here and use a posi tap to tap into that. That goes to your relay so that when your headlight's on, the relay turns on and will activate your lights. And then when that light goes out, then the relay goes off. Now at the same time, just because I like to have extra power options, one thing I've done is off of this, I have run an auxiliary light or just an auxiliary power cable. So this is just a 2-pin socket that I've put in that's hot all the time, so I can run GPS, phone charger, whatever. It runs off the same circuit, but it bypasses the relay, so it's hot all the time. And then if we go down underneath, let me back away so you can kind of see where we are. Underneath here, you can see that I have started to mount my fog light kits here. I'll talk about that in a second. But then I have a secondary cable right here that's going to plug into the fog lights. I put this connection on here, so if there's any time that I might want to remove them, it's an easy disconnect and reconnect. I may regret that in the future, but that's what I decided to do this time. So for the brackets, I'll show a picture of the brackets on my workbench so you can see those. But there's 2 screws up in the frame that you can have access to. One right here, one right here. And I use those screws to mount these brackets. And then I'll use a pipe that goes across, which you'll see in a second, to mount the lights on. This is what the bracket looks like when it's on there. I've got one last bracket to tighten up. I thought I would do that. Attempt to do it one-handed while you're watching, but essentially, yeah, it just comes up and around like this. Everything bolts into place and makes a nice, tidy looking bracket. So anyway, as you can see, I've got the 2 flat pads right here for mounting the lights on, one here, one on the other side. Everything is rubber mounted, so it's, well, okay, it's going to tighten up a little bit more once I tighten all the screws. Right now, everything is I've left loose. I've got to Loctite everything. But that's what it looks like. Yeah, you can see right through the other side. Boom. I've actually got plugs I'm going to put in there too. Thanks. So thanks for watching. As I close out this video, I'm going to share some additional photos with you. I have some additional thoughts, but as I'm talking, I thought maybe you'd like to see just a few other photos as I finish my talk. And essentially, auxiliary lighting improves safety. Honestly, I don't ride at night that often, but when I do, I'm glad I have them. But mostly it's to create that triangulation so that oncoming traffic can see you better. So don't hesitate to get the auxiliary lighting. It's definitely worth your time. Let's see. As far as lights, don't cheap out on the lights. There's plenty of places that you can get lights, like Walmart or AutoZone, O'Reilly's, and they might be okay. I don't know. I can't really guarantee it, but what I'm installing on this installation are going to be halogen lights. I've had experience with those with my other GS, and I like the pattern that they put out. It's a very wide pattern that stays low, and it doesn't have the kind of an LED shimmer to it. So I don't know. It's just my personal liking. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'll be mounting on this bike. And you can see that there. Just note that the picture that you see in front of you here is of my other bike. As of the moment right now, my new helas have not arrived. So, but they will look exactly like the ones that you see in the photo. So, as far as crimp connectors and posi taps, you probably saw that I'd used a few of those. I don't like them a lot. Actually, posi tap I do like a lot. It's a fantastic device for applications where you can't get in to do a proper soldering, but it's not a replacement for proper soldering. I did use it in this case because it just was so hard to get in there that it made sense to use it. Crimp connectors, I didn't have much choice. The relay I have has spade terminals on it and requires the crimp connectors, so I had to use those. Let's see how reliable they are. I did put some dielectric grease on there just to keep things kind of, I don't know, from rusting or corroding or whatever. But anyway, we'll see how that goes. But anyway, proper soldering is really the right way to do it. But anyway, sometimes you have to compromise. So that's what I did this time. Anyway, from Dad's Garage, Matt Smith signing out. I do appreciate you watching this. I hope it's helped you. And if you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you.